Hetty Wainthropp, Woman of the Year, by John Bowen and David Cook. Read by Patricia Routledge. Poison Pen. £15,000. It was a fortune. "It's nothing of the kind," said Robert. "Start thinking like that and it'll all be gone in no time flat. That 15,000 goes into the Building Society to top up my much-depleted redundancy." The Wainthropp Detective Agency, founded by Mrs. Hetty Wainthropp, who had discovered a natural talent at the age of 60 and followed her star, had struggled from one financial crisis to another. One day in search of a missing budgie, the next tracking down a young man whose fingers kept arriving through the post at his parents' hotel in Tuscany. Now they had hit the jackpot by unmasking an elderly arsonist. This brilliant piece of detection had earned the agency a reward of £15,000, put up by the insurance companies concerned. There had been interviews with local radio and TV. It had all been extremely enjoyable. But success brought its own disadvantages. They had longed for work these last few months, and now there was too much. Robert said, "All we've got to do is take the jobs which are the least work for the most pay." "I didn't go into this to make money. I did it for the interest," Jeff, aged 18, said. "You like puzzles, Mrs. Wainthropp. So do I." "She likes tidying people up." "I don't like mess. People whose lives have got into a mess. It's right to help. I never expected to have to reject people. It's not my nature." There was the sound of the second post dropping through the letterbox. Robert went to collect it. There were 4 letters. One was in a cheap envelope with the name and address of the agency printed in capital letters. It looked odd, even threatening. "Funny one here," said Robert. The letter was on a single sheet of lined paper, printed in rough capitals like those on the envelope. "This is a poison pen letter. It could be abusive, obscene. It could accuse you of crimes you couldn't prove you didn't commit. It could threaten to kill you in very nasty ways or hurt your children." "That's sick," said Robert. There was a ring at the front door. Damn! There was a woman, middle-aged, smartly dressed, standing outside. Hetty was at the door to the kitchen. She had the letter in her hand. The woman said, "You got my letter, I see." The village school in Shepton Fell stands next to the church. At morning break, the children were rushing about in the playground, partly to keep themselves warm, but mainly because rushing about was what the playground was for. The headmaster, John Winterton, was watching the children from the window of his office. The telephone rang. He said to the caller at the other end, "There's no truth in it, Mrs. Bransby. None at all. Obscene lies, like all the others." "I don't know what to think, Mr. Winterton. Copies have been sent everywhere. It's very embarrassing. I can't talk to Tommy about it. They have trained social workers for that kind of thing. All he says is, 'Everyone knows I'm his favourite.' It seems better to keep him out of school." John Winterton closed his eyes to stop the room spinning. The name of the middle-aged woman was Miss Helga Allaby from Shepton Fell. For 2 years the village had been plagued by poison pen letters, sent out usually to individuals, but sometimes copies of specific accusations would be broadcast to everyone of influence in the village, as well as some outside. The police seemed to be unable to act. Then Miss Allaby had read about the unmasking of the butcher of Burnley arsonist, and had decided to approach the agency. "But why should you pay for an investigation?" said Hetty. "Because I'm the prime suspect."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?